I hope you're all fine. Can only see one, two, three, six people here in front of me. Until now, you don't have good connection. Pero kung mag-exam lagi class, kay maka-open lagi mo camera. Tapos kung mag-class si teacher, you will just turn off your camera. Anyway, as long as you are there, seated and listening, because I'm going to call you, check whether you are all there. Okay, so Vaughn and Josepher are not around. By the way, for your information, Josepher is having his own self-study. Okay, because he always got disconnected during the class time. So he usually take the quiz and the LT the day after. Okay, so you might wonder why he is not always here in your class. Okay, he is having his own study, self-study siya, using the module of the textbook. Okay, for this fourth quarter, we will be having trigonometry. You know what is trigonometry? Are you familiar with this subject? So there will be three modules again for this quarter. So there will be three LTs. Okay, the first part, we will have the trigonometric ratios. And then we will have the solutions of right triangles in the second module and solutions of oblique triangles in the third module. And then your quarter exam will be on April 21 to 22. Okay, a week after the Holy Week. So take note of our topics. And then for this quarter, the IPT is sorry. This is math and science A. Okay, please correct. This is math and science A. Your science A teacher is teacher Maita, right? Okay. So what we will have is a trigonometric power plant diorama because your topic in science A is on power. So you are going to make a diorama. You're going to make your own power miniature of a power plant. And from that miniature power plant, we will have our application of trigonometry. The deadline for this is, I think, it's on April 11. It's a Monday. And to be submitted in your
Na-off imong mic.
Can you hear me now? Okay. So teacher Maita will discuss to you about your trigonometric power plant. Okay. So for this module 1, this will be our schedule. This is for 9H. Quiz number 1 on Friday, and on Wednesday, quiz number 2. Your LT number 1 will be next week on a Friday. Okay? Take note of the schedule. And same thing 9H, I need your participation. And if you have questions, please ask questions. Okay? If you want clarification, do not just sit down there and listen. Okay, let's proceed now to our topic. Module number 1 is all about trigonometric ratios. From the word ratio, we are dealing with what? Ratio means, what's another word for ratio? What's another word for
Numbers,
ratio? What kind of numbers?
positive quantity.
Ratio,
Fraction.
fractions. So we will be dealing here with fractions, so ratio. So can you read our objective for this module? Can I ask, can say wala Off-cam here. Ian. Ian, are you there? I will be calling those people who are off-cam. So I'll have to make sure that you are in your seat. Ian? Wala kay Mike. Okay, sorry for that. Judy.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
At the
please
end
read.
of the lesson, at the
Okay.
end of the lesson, I can
Yes.
A. Define and illustrate the six basic trigonometric ratios.
Okay.
B. Find the
Ano? Okay, continue na lang. Find the
find the trigonometric ratios of special
special
angles.
angles. Okay. So the common word here is trigonometric ratios. What is this trigonometric ratio? And then again, you will have the word special angles. What are special angles? From the special triangles. So we only have two objectives in this module. We're going to define and illustrate the six basic trigonometric ratios and then find the trigo ratios of special angles. Okay, what is trigonometry? Were you able to open your module? Not yet? Oh, we're able to open the module from your SILID. What is trigonometry?
Is a branch of mathematics that studies relationships between side lengths and angles of triangles.
Okay, so trigonometry is comes from the Greek word trigonon and metron. Trigonon means triangle and metron means measure. So the measurements of the parts of a triangle. So therefore, trigonometry is a branch of mathematics, one part of mathematics that deals with the study of the relationship between the side lengths, and the angles of triangles. Okay? So same thing with last quarter. We were dealing with side lengths and angles, right? So I will now apply trigonometry to that knowledge of the third quarter. So before I continue, I'm going to show you first a video about application of trigonometry. I'm going to ano muna, stop sharing this one first or this one. Is that? Oh, Kirk. Kirk, ayan, our class. I'm going to go to your Silid because the video is there in your material. Mhm. Can you see? Okay. try to list down the different applications of trigonometry. Okay. Did you learn something out from that video? Okay, so if you list down all the applications, how many have you listed? There are more than 10. There are a lot of applications. I showed you that video for you to be able to know that mathematics is very important in real life. And since you are in grade 9, our culminating application is on trigonometry. So you can see there that studying trigonometry is very important. Okay, so and then here we will be able to apply our knowledge in algebra and geometry in our topic trigonometry. So we will be using our knowledge in radicals and in special triangles and in right triangles in our lesson in trigonometry. Okay? Any? So how many did you list? How many in your list, Miles? 17. So more than 10, diba? There are a lot. So you may say na the trigonometry is only for the engineers. No, it's also for the other field. If you want to be a doctor, you will be using trigonometry. Diba? Especially if you will be in what? Ultrasound or using CT scan, or even if you will be a surgeon later, you have to use trigonometry. And also, if you want to become a pilot, if you want to become a what? A navigator, okay? You have to use trigonometry. So at present, we have a war between Ukraine and Russia, right? They are using trigonometry in what? In firing up their missiles. Otherwise, they will be able to fire the missile in other country. So they should know where to, what area in that particular country they're going to hit. So they have to use trigonometry. Okay? So going back, trigonometry is, again, a branch of mathematics that deals with the study of the angles and the side lengths of a triangle. So we have learned that we have three kinds of triangles according to their angle measurements. We have right triangle, if one angle is a right angle. Acute triangle, if all the angles are acute angles in a triangle. Obtuse triangle, if one angle is an obtuse angle. So we'll be solving problems involving right triangle and acute and obtuse triangle. So for now, before we go to the right triangle, you have to review first what are the parts of a triangle. We have three angles, namely angle A, angle B, angle C, and then we have the three sides, segment AB, segment BC, and segment AC. So a triangle has six parts, three angles and three sides. Okay, for this module, we will be dealing first with a right triangle. Okay, so for module 1 and module 2, our triangle is focused on a right triangle. So what are the other parts of the triangle that we need to know? We need to know the side opposite and the side adjacent. We have this in the third quarter. The side opposite angle A is what side?
BC.
Eh, segment BC. Okay. And the side opposite angle B is segment AC. So we will be dealing here with two words, opposite side, and the other one is adjacent side. And also class, we will only be dealing with the acute angles of the right triangle. We will be solving for the trigo ratios of the two acute angles of the right triangle. So you know this word, the side opposite angle A. is segment BC. The side opposite angle B is segment AC. Another word to learn is the side adjacent. Ano ba adjacent to angle A? The side that is next to angle A, not the hypotenuse. Okay, not the hypotenuse. What is that segment adjacent to
AC.
angle A? What segment? Segment
AC.
AC.
AC. Okay, the side opposite to angle A is BC. The side adjacent to angle A is AC. And the side adjacent to angle B is segment
BC.
BC. Okay, do not include the hypotenuse. Okay, we are talking here about the legs of the triangle. Am I clear? The side opposite to angle B is segment AC. The side adjacent to angle B is segment BC. You follow? Okay, so take note of this following guidelines. So, and of course, do not forget this formula. What is this formula, class? What is this formula?
Pythagorean.
Okay, the equation of the Pythagorean theorem, because we are dealing with right triangle, we need to know, again, recall how to find the missing side of a right triangle if only two sides are given. So you need to, again, review how to use the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so the six basic trigonometric ratios, there are six ratios here. They're called basic trigo ratios of a right triangle. Only a right triangle has six basic trigo ratios. You cannot apply this to acute triangle or obtuse triangle. Only for right triangles. We call this as basic trigonometry because we are dealing with the right triangle, or known also as right angle trigonometry. Okay? What are these six basic trigo ratios? Let's start first with the three basic trigo ratios. What are these? And take note, I mentioned there of angle A, because you must have a reference angle for you to be able to determine the basic trigo ratios. So for the meantime, let's have first the three basic trigo ratios of angle A of our triangle. Okay? So the first basic trigo ratio is known as the sine ratio. What is a sine ratio? It is the ratio denoted by sine A. Take note of the symbol, sin A. Small letters, sin, and then capital letter A. Sin, space, capital letter A. That is your symbol for the sine of angle A. Okay, how to read that one? Sine of angle A is equal to the ratio of the side opposite of angle A over the hypotenuse. Okay, the sine of the angle A is equal to the ratio of the side opposite angle A over the hypotenuse, or denoted as in our figure as A over C in our figure for that particular figure. Do you follow? The second Trigo ratio is the cosine ratio. Your notation for that is cos space A or cos A. Read as cosine of angle A is equal to the ratio of the side adjacent to angle A over the hypotenuse. In our figure, cosine of angle A is equal to what? That will be our Ratio, if you're going to use our triangle. The ratio of what values? The ratio of
AC and VA.
adjacent to angle A. Okay, what is that dimension? Just give me the dimension. Small letter B and small letter C. By the way, we use small letters A, B, C to represent the measurements of the sides. So small a, B, and C are dimensions of the sides of the triangle. Okay, so these are numerical values. So this is the dimension, the ratio of B over C. And the third basic figure ratio is the tangent ratio, or denoted as tan of angle A or tangent of angle A. It is defined as the ratio of the side opposite to angle A over wala the side adjacent to angle A. Okay? Or it is O over A. Opposite over adjacent. Any questions so far? Now let's have the shortcuts for your easy memorization. So again, sine ratio is the ratio of the opposite side of angle A over hypotenuse. Take note, what highlighted letter O and H. Okay. So therefore, our sine of angle A is equal to the ratio of O over H. I don't want you to memorize the small letters A, B, and C because there are times that we will be using other letters in a triangle. Okay? So do not focus on uh, the A, B, and C. So focus on opposite side over hypotenuse. So you have O over H, or our symbol for that is SOH. S-O-H. Sine of the angle is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Sine of the angle is equal to the opposite O over the hypotenuse. So SOH. And then for your cosine ratio, anong cosecant man ni? Sorry class. The teacher, di ka edit. Your cosine ratio, what ako, is equal to, ito siya. Cosine A is equal to adjacent side to angle A over hypotenuse, or A over H. So your symbol for that, for easy memorization, is Ka. Cosine of the angle is equal to the ratio of the adjacent side of the angle over the hypotenuse. And the third is tangent ratio, or tangent of the angle A is equal to opposite side of angle A over adjacent of angle A, or O over A. Or your notation for that for easy memorization is TOWA. So just memorize so, ka, to, wa. Am I clear? Am I clear? 9H. Questions? Questions? Memorize ha? So, ka, to, wa. Okay na? Memorize na? Okay, let's practice. Okay, using again the figure. What is a sine of angle A? Unmute yourself, or I want me to call anyone. What is sine of angle A in our figure? Okay, A over C. Okay, thank you, Miles. How about cosine of angle A? One, count. Two, B over C. Correct. It's adjacent to angle A over the hypotenuse. What is tangent of angle A? A over B. Oh, Aliana, A over B or over B lang? A over B. Okay, very good. Now, that is for angle A. Now, this time, our angle will be angle B. It will be different now, okay? Because the side opposite angle B is already segment AC, okay? Okay, what is sine of angle B? Okay, B over C, correct. Cosine of angle B, A over C. And then tangent of angle B, it is A B over A. Okay? Therefore, the angle is very important. Okay? So you need to know first what angle is being considered before you determine the trigo ratios. Am I clear? Okay, questions? Is everything clear? You are using their SOHCAHTOA. What have you observed with the values class? What have you observed with the values? What have you noticed with the value of sine A and cosine B? They are the same, okay? And then cosine A and sine B, they are the same because they are cofunction. Because angle A plus angle B is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, they're cofunction. Sine of angle A is equal to cosine of angle B. Or sine of angle B is equal to cosine of angle A. Do you follow? Okay, they're the same. Okay, they're equal. Okay, those are your three trigonometric ratios. Now, what are the other three? What are the other three trigo ratios? Before we go to the other three, let's solve this one muna. Determine the following. Given the triangle with dimensions 12 and 16. Find sine A, cosine A, tangent A, sine B, cos B, and tan A. What will you do first? What's your first step here?
Pangitaw ng hypotenuse.
Ah, yeah, very good. That's a very good observation. You need to look first for the value of the hypotenuse because it's not given. So what shall we do? How to find for the hypotenuse? We're going to use what theorem?
Pythagorean.
Okay, using the Pythagorean theorem to solve for the hypotenuse. It's not yet complete. We need to have three dimensions. So using this formula, our C is equal to the square root of A squared plus B squared. If we're going to solve that one, our C is equal to 20. Okay, so C is 20. So from there, Okay, you may go, Marinelle. You can now determine what's the value of sine A. Okay, give me sine A from SOHCAHTOA. Sine A is opposite over hypotenuse, and you have to give the answer in lowest term. Okay, sine A is 4 over 5 or 16 over 20. That's correct. How about cosine A? 3 over 5. Correct. How about tangent A? Opposite over adjacent. It's equal to 4/3. Very good. How about sine of angle B? This time angle B is what? Sine of angle B, it's opposite of angle B. Okay, 3 over 5. How about cosine of the angle B? Okay, 4/5. And last, what is tangent of angle B? Tangent of angle B. Opposite over adjacent. Okay, 3/4. That's correct. Very good. Very good. 9H. Questions? None. Okay. Now, the next three ratios are just the reciprocals. The reciprocals of the first three. Cosecant is the reciprocal of cosine ratio. So the cosecant ratio, denoted by CSC of the angle, is equal to the hypotenuse over the opposite side of angle A, or H over O, or that your symbol for that is CHO or CHO. Cosecant is CHO, hypotenuse over the opposite side of angle A. The second ratio is the reciprocal of cosine, denoted by sec A, or secant of the angle A. It's hypotenuse over the adjacent side to angle A, or H over A, or simply SHA. SHA, secant. Secant is hypotenuse over adjacent side. And the last is cotangent ratio, denoted by cot A. It is adjacent side to angle A over the side of angle A, or A over O, or cow. So you have cho, sha, cow. Cho, sha, cow for the last three ratios, or they are just the reciprocals of the first three. Cosecant, the reciprocal of sine. Second, the reciprocal of cosine. Cotangent, reciprocal of tangent. Okay, so if you determine the first three, you can determine the last three. Because you just have to reciprocate your answer. Okay, example. Okay, the same problem. So if we know that cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, how much is cosecant A? It's hypotenuse over the opposite side. It is 5 over 4. That's correct. Second A, the reciprocal of cosine, 5/3. Very good. Cotangent of angle A, 3/4. Ganun lang siya. Okay? How about cosecant of angle B? 5/3. How about secant of angle B? 5/4. And then cotangent of angle B? 4/3. Yun lang. Di ba? Very easy. Easy lang siya, class. If your numbers are whole numbers. But if you will have radicals, you still have to rationalize. Question so far? Is everything clear? Listen, class. that difficult? Actually, this is quite easy if you know how to use the Pythagorean theorem, if you know how to rationalize values, and just memorize your Sokatoa, Cho, Sha, Kao. Okay, Sokatoa, Cho, Sha, Kao. Okay, questions. Is everything clear? The questions? Okay, we'll continue on tomorrow. Tomorrow. Okay. Is everything clear? 9H? Clear. Okay, may I see your raise hand button if you don't have questions? If you have no questions, is everything clear to you? Okay, very good. Because I cannot see all of you. I can only see Sophia, Miles, Ira, Pauline. I don't know if you understand my lesson. Okay, that's all for this afternoon. We will continue next meeting. And please open the module from your silid-aralan and then study the activities there. Study and also answer the activities found in your module. Okay? Am I clear 9H? Am I clear 9H? Okay? So, that's all for today. Can I ask Mar to lead us in closing prayer?